Hey guys, it's Mario here, coming at you with a very philosophical video today. It's a video that I wanted to make for a very long time, and it's a topic that I think is going to resonate deeply with you guys who are working to become the best version of yourself. You see your true potential, you see that there is more that you can do, and now you're looking for a why or a reason, or you're trying to understand the world a little bit better and what drives the most successful people in the world. And this whole topic itself got inspired by a question that I got asked recently on an interview, and the question was, why do I think most people don't push themselves? And a follow-up was, why are you doing all of this? And the person asked me straight up, why are you doing all of this? Why are you pushing yourself? Why are you driven to do daily videos? Why are you driven to do traveling, working 14 hours a day? Why are you going to the gym every day? Why are you doing all of it? Why are you managing your nutrition? Why not just chill out? Why not just relax? And going back to the first part of the question, I actually want to read something to you guys, which is from one of my favorite books of all time, from Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And it goes like, remember how long you've been putting this off. How many extensions the gods gave you and you didn't use them. At some point, you have to recognize what the world it is that you belong to, what power rules it, and from what source you spring. That there is a limit to the time assigned you, and if you don't use it to free yourself, it will be gone and will never return. This is from Meditations, book 2.4, one of my favorite books of all time. And what this really means, and my interpretation of this, of course, is just the way I view it, is that a lot of people live like they're gonna live forever. And I see this, I see just this around myself. I see hundreds of people right now living like they have an infinite amount of time. There's no sense of urgency. There's no pressure on them. And why would it be any pressure? If we think about it, where does the pressure really come from? As long as you have your shelter, as long as you have your food, as long as you have the basic needs, and you have your little phone, you have your little internet, you have some relationships with people, you have kind of the basics handled, what is there more to want? Belly is full, you're happy, you have a little bit of money, you have a little bit of freedom. What would drive you to continue pushing yourself? And that's the big question, really. Why would you want to do more than that? Why would you want to strive for more than that? And I can only tell you why I'm doing it. I can't tell you why you should do it. And I think this is one of the parts that we truly have to figure out for ourselves. We all have our own kind of reasoning for doing certain things. And if you don't have the right reason, you have no chance. At least in my view of the world, I would have had no chance to achieve any kind of success if I wasn't pushing myself extremely hard beyond the level of where it's causing me pain and stress and anxiety, sacrificing relationships with people, sacrificing a lot of my own personal enjoyment just because I feel like I'm serving a greater purpose. And I definitely wouldn't be able to run on pure belief like I have for the last year. And you guys who've been following this channel since I had only about 2,000-3,000 subscribers, nobody was even watching those damn videos. I think it's like my mom, who doesn't even speak English, and me, who've been clicking on the video and refreshing the page to get like 40 views so it doesn't look like nobody's watching. That's literally what's happening in the beginning. And I was just simply doing videos based on pure belief. I had no idea that anybody was listening out there. I had no idea that my thoughts would make any impact. It was just an echo in the eternity of internet, which is just what internet is right now. And we've been kind of suppressed a little bit by the society itself, by just conditioned ourselves that we can't make a difference. And that's how most people live their life. Number one, it's just simply living that learned helplessness, which is that you can't make a difference in the world, that there's nothing you can do that can make this world a better place. And that's where most people are at. And then we're talking about the sense of urgency. What is my sense of urgency? Well, it's just simply realizing that the tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Why am I doing this video today? Because I might not wake up tomorrow. And I remind myself of that. And that's my most powerful motivator. And I'm not the first person. This paragraph that I read from Marcus Aurelius, it really talks about the time you've been assigned, I've been assigned, everybody was assigned, and how you're using that time. Because the more you procrastinate on it, you're betting on something that might not happen. The tomorrow might not happen. The next moment might not happen. And for one way, that's kind of motivating to do it right now. And the second thing is to motivate you to do the right thing. Because if you're not doing the right thing, you're also wasting time. And having that regret, and really the follow-up on one of those interviews was, what do I think is really life? You know, what is a happy life? What is a fulfilled life? And there's only one definition that comes to my mind is living a life with no regrets. Now, living a life where you're truly doing the right thing that you know is the right thing and you think is the right thing, and you're just truly executing it, and you have no regrets for anything that you haven't done or that you should have done, or something that you think is something that you're just missing out on. And that's kind of my definition, you know, just having a life with no regrets and just having and being on your purpose. There's nothing more to that. I mean, at least not what I could add. And I would invite you guys, and I would like to invite you guys to share with me, what is driving you? What is your biggest motivator? We know Steve Jobs was also motivated by death. You know, he said, remembering that you're gonna die is one of the biggest motivators that kept him going. Another person that has really been a great proponent of this is Stephen Covey. I mean, if you read his 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, he talks about literally visualizing your own funeral and what people would have said about you. What would those people say about you at your funeral? What are some of the key things that you've done in your life? What is your life? What kind of impact did you make? Did you serve any greater purpose than yourself, than your own belly, than your own little happiness and your own little pursuit of instant gratification every single day? What is it? What are those things? Are there any of those things? What if you die in like a couple of years? What would happen? Who would remember you? For what? It's a really interesting question to ask yourself. And I would say this is my biggest motivation. I can't tell you about anything else. And truly, day to day, if I am in trouble, if I feel like I don't want to do something, and the other night I had a fever, I had a high temperature, and I was thinking, shit, you know, it's probably not a good idea to go to the gym. I don't know what the consequences will be. And by the way, this is something I don't recommend to anybody, but I still went there. And I went because I just like to go there. I think it's my temple. It's a place where I meditate. It's a place where I have fun. And I just went there because I wasn't sure. I mean, of course, fever is not very likely to kill you, but I knew that that moment was a moment that I had to make the best out of. And every moment is a moment for you to make the best out of it. And if you truly make every moment the best you can, there's really nobody that can judge you, and you can't judge yourself. And that's what ultimately is, when I see really, really happy people, is that people without having a reason to judge anything, because they're just doing the right thing, and they're doing the right thing most of the time. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You can't be perfect. I can't be perfect. And we're just born with flaws, but we can do the best thing that we can in that moment. And that's ultimately all we can do. And after you reach that point, beyond that, it is just not important anymore. And that's just something I wanted to share with you guys. A couple of raw thoughts on kind of motivation, purpose, my own kind of reason for doing life in general. So I wanted to leave that with you guys in this video. I'm going to link a lot of these resources in the description below, because I know a lot of you are interested in the quotes and reading all these books. So that's going to be linked in the description below. And I would truly invite you to share with me in the comments below, what do you think about this? How do you resonate with this? What is your motivator? And how would you interpret these things that I just mentioned in this video? And I know this is not a cat, flashy, entertaining video with jump cuts and things like that, but it is a very powerful thought that I think that it will resonate with you if you truly try to understand the world like I do. And I always ask myself why. And the part of death is that what is interesting is that we have the data, and people still aren't motivated by that. We have the data. I mean, we have the top 5 regrets. So you don't even have to be all emotional about it. I'm not an emotional guy. I'm a very logical guy who believes in research and studies and statistics. I really truly look at the data before I make a decision whether I'm going to do something or not, and try to use as much as logical reasoning as I can. And it's pretty clear to me, even looking at the data, one of the biggest regrets is just not living the life that you know that you could live, not letting yourself be happy, not doing the thing that you know was right, not caring about what other people think. Those are the things we have and we know make you happy and make you not regret your life. And that's just, it's crazy for me that most people don't remind themselves of this more frequently. And yeah, as I said, share with me your thoughts in the comments below. Description will be full of details as well. Check out those links. Make sure that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below as well. And of course, if you're interested in fitness, nutrition, personal development, this is the right place to be at. And I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.